Hi Pisces parents, welcome to your July 2023 reading. Just a reminder that the month of July starts with that super full moon in Capricorn. We are going to be seeing a major shift, and I think if there's any sign that's going to recognize it for what it is, it should be Pisces. But again, remembering to stay, as Pam Gregory says, stay on your eagle's perch, because if we don't, unfortunately, feeling signs, emotion signs, water signs, we can connect way too much to that chaotic energy. So definitely stay on your eagle's perch and know that what's crumbling is welcoming in something new, something good, something positive. So yeah, just really stay focused on your high vibration. Don't get down in the gunk. Don't let your vibration sink, because we spend too much time focusing on the chaos. For as much chaos as there is good too. So, and again too, like after the tower, there's the star. So know that the star is on its way, and we're going to be seeing the crossover, right? So like there is not going to be this then this that's happening at the same time. So make sure you keep that in mind. And, you know, we have a choice on what we focus on. And with this energy being so strong in manifesting, because Capricorn is probably the best sign in regards to manifesting the material world. That energy and what you are focusing on manifesting, whether it be good or bad, is going to manifest tenfold. So really stay focused on, again, water signs, specifically, you know, emotional regulation in the sense of keeping your vibration high. We can't let our emotions get the best of us. And you know, obviously you're going to just probably randomly shed some tears here and there. And don't attach too much to that. Just allow the releasing, because the releasing is going to be very cleansing. So yeah, we are manifesting release with this super full moon. So remember that you are releasing, but when you're releasing, don't focus on the things that you're releasing as much as you're focusing on the things that you're welcoming in, and give thanks to be able to be in that position, okay? All right, Pisces, 2023 July. All right. Well, let's see what we got here. First off the bat, got the energy connected to our dreams and our subconscious. So definitely pay attention to your dreams, and especially related to our inner child, and if there's anything lingering. So we'll dive more into this once we actually get into it. But when those cards pop up, especially the King of Cups, I swear, the King of Cups has been popping up for everybody this month. And I'm really connecting it to the importance of emotional regulation and being the master of our emotions. It also connects to nurturing father energy, reliability, and so we are definitely going to need that too. I mean, and think about this too, because you can't get too lost in your emotions and sink to the bottom of the ocean when we have our kids, because remember, they're learning from us how to deal with chaos and how to deal with life in general. So we don't want to get too lost in our emotions. It's wonderful to feel and to teach your kids to feel your emotions, but don't get lost in them. Okay, so let's see what July is bringing. Oh, lovely. All right. Okay, so Pisces, the theme for the month of July is all about choices, okay? And these choices are going to be related to communication. I feel like I got this card with another reading for this month, but I can't remember. But the Two of Swords is reminding us to compromise when we can. And, you know, with all of this wonderful manifesting power, we're going to want things to be the way we want them to be, right? But we are not going to get to this decision without things being balanced, okay? And unfortunately for Pisces, we do tend to compromise a lot, and we kind of almost reach a limit of compromising where it can be too much. I connect to Cancers with this, where you let things build, and then you overreact, right? So it's about the theme again. So the theme of Capricorn, like this super full moon welcoming in, us releasing something, perhaps we need to find new ways to approach compromise. Perhaps we need to find new ways to stand up for ourselves, but without our emotions misdirecting us, I guess is what I'd like to say. So let's dive into it more, and then we're definitely going to get some more clarification here. But the choice that needs to be made from a place of being centered, okay? And so when we let our emotions take charge, and when we let our logic, emotions and logic, if we let one take control over the other, then we're not making a decision from here. So keep that in mind for the month of July. Okay, and so what we're being told is we really need to have more spark, okay? And this is also created to summer and fire, obviously. Hello, fire. And with Leo season coming, we really need to feel that spark again. And then like the Ace too, beginnings, I connect to children. And so I really feel like we just really need to connect to what makes us feel alive. What did you love to do when you were a child? And really connect to that energy, because it's going to bring some really good inspiration and new opportunities and new direction, and also confidence, because Pisces, I know we can tend to lack confidence. And again, that lack of confidence can come too from this compromising. Are we compromising on our dreams? Are we compromising on the direction of our life? Are we compromising our emotions? Are we compromising our voice? So definitely we need to have more of this spark in our life. I highly recommend getting out there and seizing the day, getting out there and having fun, especially with our kids. Our kids are really going to be that spark that we need to fuel ourselves for when the Lionsgate portal opens up on the 8th of August. So this energy, we need to start feeling like getting ready for it, if you will. So this is like a build up almost, I would say. And yeah, just I trust me, I know I can hear like, ugh, like it's hot out or whatever. I mean, I'm a Pisces, I get it. I don't like leaving my house, but I am taking to heart too these readings. I don't put myself into these readings, but when something pops up and I'm like, hey, guess what? I can hold myself accountable too. Yes, I do need to leave the house more. And I have been visualizing me on the beach with my daughter and thinking how much I loved making sandcastles when I was a kid. And, things like that. So take advantage of that energy. So this card, Judgment right here, really feels like you're in the flow of your calling. Okay, so there's something that has been manifesting that's really connected you back to like what you're meant to do or what you're meant to be in this life. So the Judgment is really here to, you're answering the call. So do not make this decision based on other people's requests or their approval. You have to connect to that spark that's been in you since you got here. Okay, there's something that makes you feel alive, and it's time to choose that. It's time to stay connected to this, because right now in some way, shape, or form you are connected to this. So hold on to that, really, okay? Because this is what you are meant for. And it's also, it's a reminder too to kind of stay off of social media, or if you are presented with some energy that doesn't vibe with like where you're going, see it from a new perspective. Like, see, this is the thing too. So I'm just covering this card just in case it gets censored from YouTube, but I really feel like too, there's this connection, and I don't know where I just heard this, But people are really starting to see that all of this chaos, all of this hurt, all of this hate, all of this stuff is connected to childhood wounds. All of it, okay? And generational wounds. And those childhood wounds generally are from generational patterning. So we're really starting to feel that shift. And I really think that that's why the King of Cups keeps coming up for everybody, is because emotional regulation really needs to be amplified, and the importance of it. And we're seeing people who it's almost non-existent, you know, like that part of their brain was not developed. And we, I hope, can raise that vibration to nurturing children again. And nurturing, the way that we're going to do that is by nurturing our inner self too. Okay, so even if you don't have kids, really nurturing that inner child and letting that child be who it's meant to be. And I've been sharing this with everybody because I just seen this TikTok of this person who does a guided meditation where you connect back to your 6-year-old self, and you hold their hand and you take them from where they are and let them know that they're safe. And you, as your adult self, you get to be the parent to your own inner child. And it is so healing. I cannot tell you how healing it is. It honestly, and you might not even feel it like right when you're done with it, like, okay, that was fun. And then a week later, it's like, oh my gosh. And you start doing something that you haven't done in years, or you do something where you feel alive again and you don't feel the fear. Like, so it might be something that you've always been passionate about, but you keep it to yourself, or you keep it at home. And now you feel like you can just burst out and share it. So I highly recommend, if you can find that, definitely check it out. If I find it again on TikTok, I will repost it on Modern Maven Tarot on TikTok, because it's really powerful. And like I said, you might not feel it necessarily right away, but it's life-changing. Okay, so what you actually need less of is the 8 of Wands. So this being in the position of what you need less of is that you already know the direction that you're supposed to be going. And trust me, I understand this, is we get to that connection, right? We get connected back to this calling. And once, we have this spark here, right? But then we want to sabotage that by going in a completely new direction. Oh, I can't. I'll do that later, or I'll follow that opportunity at another time, because we're just gonna keep going in new directions, because this, again, Pisces, water, we want to do this, right? So it's like, oh, I flowed to here, and now it's leading me here, and now it's leading me here, and now it's leading me here. But we really want to be, right now, we want to be staying focused. Okay, so again, that super full moon in Capricorn, again, Capricorn structure, authority, and all that stuff. Routine is really going to help you, because again, we're in Cancer season too, so we're all about the flowing right now. But by the time we get to that Lionsgate portal, we want to be in the center. We want to be ready and on that path that is connected to this when it opens up. If we start moving in different directions, then we might not actually be where we're guided to be. Okay, so what you can change. All right, so the 2 of Cups is related to emotional fulfillment, especially with relationships and enjoying loving partnerships, right? So this partnership can be with our kids, it can be with our parents, it can be with our significant others, it can even be with our friends or our coworkers. And it's also, if you can see, there's a crab there. So this is also connected to Cancer, and this is Cancer season. So it's saying that if there are any relationships that feel like there's conflict or imbalance, this is the season, July is the month to realign that, okay? And have a harmonious relationship, because you want both your cups to be filled. And again, if it's this idea, like I said, compromise. If we're compromising and one person's cup is empty while the other person's is flowing over because this person's filling this person's cup, Well, that's not fair, is it? That's not fair and balanced. Like this Libra medallion is saying the choice needs to be made. And vice versa too. You know, if you're getting your cup filled and not filling the other person's cup, but most likely again, Pisces, you're probably the one filling the cup. And the water is just flooding over. So just make sure to, and again, if this is with kids, because we are nurturers, but like for instance, like I like to say, if we put too much water on a fire, the fire is going to go out. If we put too much water in earth, it's going to cause mudslides and cause, flooding and all that. So it's about making sure that nurturing, because especially, I just am really connecting this to kids too. So your kids need to know that it's a two-way street when it comes to like emotional fulfillment, right? So if you are, just give, and you never stand up for yourself, or you never feel that deservingness of it being received, for you receiving it as well, your kids are learning that too. And the best way to do that is to stand in your confidence. So this is really you can change this simply by standing in your power and feeling like the victorious, amazing person that you are, okay? So you are going to be getting some recognition. You need to accept it. And know too, like I said, with that chaos, it's your choice. Like, are you going to focus on if there's any like negative recognition? Are you going to focus on that? Or are you going to focus on the things that are the people, standing here giving you praise? So also too, what's interesting is the Six of Wands is connected to Jupiter and Leo. And like I said, that Lionsgate portal opening up in Leo season and Jupiter being your luck and your expansion, this is amazing. Okay, so yeah, definitely I feel like perhaps there's been some things in the past that have made you question things really working out, and this is telling me like we need to realize like it is okay. We're meant to be in this role, but we're meant to be in this role when we really take note of this card and connect back to this passion, and don't let new things distract you from what you clearly are already connected to. So and trust me, I know it's so easy to keep swimming because we want to do it, just keep swimming, and we're so good at it. But make sure that swimming, that stream, you're staying on the same stream and you're not taking a detour to another stream. So also the month is ending with the Faith card, and this just further emphasizes that you're meant to teach people something here and in this lifetime, and you are connected to it. And like I said, and again, connected to Leo. So you got stuff that's really saying this Lionsgate portal is gonna be like so powerful for manifesting for you, Pisces. Okay, so you're meant to teach people something. How you teach that, it could be actually being a teacher, but what you teach and how you teach it is a unique gift, is a unique calling that is unique to you. And you need to stand up, be proud, ride in with your head up, your chin up, and showing your children to have faith in their dreams. Okay? Because even if this is something like from childhood where you didn't think other people had faith in you when it came to what you wanted to do, or what really lit that fire, that spark from the earth, you need to be the one that tells yourself that this is your calling, okay? You're the one who needs to answer the call, and nobody else gets to decide that. So you need to have faith that this is it, okay? And really just accept this wonderful energy. And I know it's hard sometimes for Pisces to be comfortable in the spotlight. Like, we can say we want it, but when it comes to being in it, it can be difficult, and I completely understand that. So let us connect to a past life energy that's going to really help push us to that having faith in stepping into this Lionsgate portal next month on our horse, undeterred, and accepting that we are meant to have the recognition, the fame, the glory, and the social acceptance. So I think that's the biggest thing too, is like this fear of not being socially accepted, because, you know, Pisces, we can be a little out there. Not everybody seems to understand us, right? But that doesn't mean that we're not on the right path. So that's really something you have to keep in mind while we're shifting this energy. And again, those old structures, they're not just the societal old structures and foundations. They're ones that are in us. So remember that, okay? Because we have so many beliefs, so many deep-rooted childhood roots that, again, they can be traveled over from different lifetimes or from our childhood, that we don't even see how they don't serve us anymore. And we might, after this portal and after this shift into this new timeline, we might not even know why they were there in the first place, but we'll be able to reflect back in another timeline to why they were. But it's just like, it's going to be this whole just massive shift. So I'm really excited. Let's see here. So you got the ships card, and let's just get to what the meaning of this is for your past life. So your prior lifetime spent on ships bring this card to you today. As a former sailor, crew member, or ship passenger, you had experiences at sea that have exerted an influence on the situation you're inquiring about. So obviously us being connected to water. This is also interesting too. So are you a Pisces who loves water, is surrounded by water, tries to get to water all of the time? Or are you somebody who's scared of the water? Are you somebody who is scared of swimming? Are you somebody who likes the idea of being around water but seems to always make excuses for not being surrounded by water? So it says you probably already have a sense of the type of life you had aboard these ships. The question now becomes how your experiences have affected your present life. Negative reactions, such as fears or phobias, or positive reactions, such as longing to travel, this may all have arisen from a prior lifetime. Okay, so like, and I swear to you, I didn't read that before I pulled this card, but it was what I was saying. What's your connection to water? Are you scared of it? I mean, I'm no joke. My daughter has been seeing this commercial for I swear, the targeted ads. She's too young to understand what that is, but she's 4 and she keeps seeing these Carnival cruises and like, oh, we're gonna go on a cruise. We need to go on a cruise. And it's like, I am terrified of cruises. Like, it's like the last place I want to be. So this is really interesting to see as a Pisces sun. Like, I'm seeing this and going like, interesting. Okay, so now with this full moon, this super full moon, it's like, okay, so if I do have this fear, let's talk about it in my dreams. All right, so at the end of the night, I'm going to say, can you illuminate what it is that these fears are, you know, connected to this? Because we as water signs, I mean, that's home. Okay, like water is our home. And so if we're scared of home, why are we scared of home? So that's something to ask yourself with this, because it might be a reason why we keep swimming in different directions, right? So let's next pull a question that can empower us for the month of July and to shed any fears or phobias related to this past life energy. Okay, that almost came out, but it didn't. So let's see here. What can we connect to, whatever we fear? Because again, we have to have faith. So if there are any fears, like I said, connected to childhood or connected just simply to a past life before this lifetime, what question can we ask to unearth and step into our power and accept the recognition we deserve? And this can be at work too. I mean, if you're feeling unappreciated, you know, that also comes from within. Okay, so remember that. Like, if you know your worth and you're not seeing your worth, well, what can you do about that? All right, wow, well, there it is. So the question you Pisces are meant to ask is, what or who am I beneath all my roles? Wow, okay. So I was just talking about that. So what or who am I beneath all my roles? This includes parent, this includes work, this includes your community, this includes, I mean, your family. So yeah, this is interesting because this is really all connecting back to this compromise. And I really feel like we've been compromising ourselves, but we have to face up to the responsibility of making excuses to compromise, okay? And this doesn't have to be anything like anything negative, a negative choice to make. We're just choosing to put ourselves first, okay? Choose to put yourselves first and understand that that is going to lead to more emotional fulfillment in our relationships. I think there's this fear of when we put ourselves first that we're somehow disappointing other people. But the most important person to whose cup we need to fill is our own cup, okay? And once our cup is full, then we can fill other people's cups. But yeah, and really connecting to your calling, because that's who you are beneath all those roles. And the more you connect to that, the more water you have to fill other people's cups, right? The more you are fueling your passion, living your passion, stepping into this fire, the more water overflows to other people. And so I think that's what the misconception we're seeing. We have some sort of fear of loss and oh, interesting actually. So connected to ships and connected to water, we're almost scared of our own power, okay? So we're almost scared that too much water is going to drown people. All right, so that might be a big thing about that, of who am I beneath all my roles. So that is definitely an answer or a question to contemplate this month. All right, so let's see what crystal can help us with what, or who am I beneath all my roles? Oh, wow. Okay, so you got black tourmaline. So for the month of July, if you can have a piece of black tourmaline, wear it, put it in your pocket, put it in your purse, put it next to your bed. I would definitely recommend picking some up and just carrying it with you everywhere you go. I know I have some now. I have to find where it is. But yeah, you got to be reminded that you're protected. You are, especially too with all the chaos, you're protected. Stay grounded. And you're going to stay grounded not only by putting your feet in the grass, but by putting your feet in the water. And it's interesting because I've been having this visualization of like being on like a wood plank almost, and like walking and dipping toes, but like just dipping the toes in the water. And it's like, we got to take the plunge, right? So yeah, you got to remember that you're protected. Whatever fears or phobias are coming from this, don't be afraid of your power. Yeah, I mean, don't be afraid of your power. You are meant for that, okay? Yeah, you are connected to your calling, so don't be afraid of it. So carry this black tourmaline, and when you have this black tourmaline, hold it and feel connected to your calling, and let it, and don't be scared, embrace it. And if those things bubble up, because again, with all of these outdated beliefs, they're going to bubble up. So you're going to see it more. The more you connect to this, that fear is going to try and pull you down. It's like literally, it's going to try and pull you down with the ship, right? But you staying connected to who you are and what you deserve, I mean, it's gonna be that shift you need to enter into that Lionsgate portal. I just know it. So yeah, black tourmaline, hold it, meditate on this question, and I really think it's gonna be illuminating for you. Okay, so obviously my Pisces is running longer because they just tend to. All right, so let's see what, just one last clarifying card so that we can just have one last clarification for the month of July for Pisces. One last clarification card for Pisces. All right, so we got the Ten of Swords. So this is here to remind you that when one thing ends, another thing begins. And also a reminder too that that fresh start is coming, and to surrender, okay? So yeah, whatever choice that we're making, if there is an end to something, that's okay, all right? And you're stepping into this. So just a reminder, right? And yeah, it's something difficult that's ending. So just remember that too. Your ships are coming in. You're stepping into this energy. You're going from this all the way to this, okay? But we need to have the faith. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, Pisces. If you did, please like, share, and comment. Also check your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of the energy for July. And also too, if there is a specific question related to a planet in your chart, for instance, for you guys, I would suggest checking out your Jupiter. What sign rules your Jupiter? And then check out that reading and see any more clarification if for some reason this spark is hard to see inside your heart. So I hope you enjoyed this and have an amazing July, Pisces.